guys, welcome back to my channel. If you guys new here on my channel, my name is Alison and welcome back to my channel. So this week we'll be testing a new foundation, and this is the Bobbi Brown Skin Longwear Weightless Foundation. It has a SPF 15 and it also is a full coverage, oil-free and shine control foundation. So it sounds like it's a good foundation for oily skin right off the bat, and let's try this out. So the shade that I got here is beige 3. So this is what the bottle looks like. It has a frosty finish glass bottle and it's a very simple yet kind of nice finish. Also the cap finish, it looks like a ceramic kind of finish, but I'm pretty sure it's plastic. And also it's very nice that a foundation comes in a pump and in a very simple black finish. So for primer today, I'll be using the same Rimmel Stay Matte Primer as usual. Let's shake this up. This is what it looks like in beige 3, and I hope I got the right shade. If not, we're just gonna work it out. Right off the bat, I can feel the texture is very moussey kind of texture. When I'm working on this foundation, let's talk about what it does on my face and what it claims this foundation to be. And this foundation, it gives you a skin loving, non-allergenic formula with marine sugarcane, algae extract and natural mineral powders to help control excess oil and shine. That's what I need on my oily skin. And this foundation is also tried and tested in extreme heat and humidity. This 16 hours formula is waterproof and sweat humidity resistant, and I can imagine that if I'm in Hong Kong, I'll be loving this foundation because this is just perfect on what it claims, heat and humidity. And this is also a flexible coverage, won't crease and streak, and stay color true, means no oxidize, if that makes sense. And also this is an instantly concealing redness, discoloration, and pores will full and get natural coverage. And if you guys do have any scar or allergy, this might be the foundation for you because I do have everything that it claims in here. One thing I want to point out, this foundation is very moussey and it's not liquidy at all, and it feels very different than what I used to feel and what I tried on the foundation review. I'm just gonna put more on my discoloration area, like my acne scar right here, to see if it's buildable. But then right off the bat, I feel like this foundation is a little bit hard to blend using a beauty blender, but that is always my preferable way to apply my foundation. I don't like using a brush. This is the foundation on my face, and I can tell that this foundation is a matte finish, but then now that it's still settling on my face, it still feel a little stickiness. But then I'll see later on after I apply my full face makeup on and see how this look. So now the color, I feel like it's perfect matching my neck color, which is perfect, which is good. And I don't think this foundation, it really cover up my acne scar. I don't think it meant to be cover up any scar, but the redness, I don't feel like it covered much around my nose area. So I'll check back with you guys later on after a full face makeup. And right now the time is, I'll say 1 o'clock. So I'll see you guys later. Okay, so now I have my makeup on, and I did spend some time playing with makeup, and now the time is 1:43. So it has been 43 minutes, and this foundation is sitting very nicely on top of my face. It does have a very matte finish. I do have to set it with my Laura Mercier setting powder because usually with my oily skin, I do have to set it with a setting powder to prevent oil goes crazy during the 4 hours mark or 8 hours mark on this foundation. So this is my usual routine, and right now I can tell that it's very matte finish, and I feel kind of weird on the texture, that it's like a moussey texture on the foundation. I feel like it's a little bit hard to work it with a sponge. I don't know if this will work better with the brush. If you guys try out, let me know, because I typically like to use my sponge to apply my foundation because it feels a lot more natural, and I don't like the bristle like going on onto my face. So I did apply my concealer with my Tarte Shape Tape and my Kevin Aucoin, and this is the new product that I'm trying out. I just mixing it two together because this gives me a lot more coverage, and this is like more on the natural coverage side, and I did already set it with my setting powder as well underneath my eye because I do crease during the day. I'm just gonna wear this out for a while and I do a midday check-in with you guys, and I'll see you guys later. Hi guys, I'm here for the second check-in. Now the time is 7:38, so it has been 6.5 hours on this foundation wearing on my face. Now that the foundation is mixing with my natural oil with this 6 hours, and I would say it's looking very matte, even though I do have little oil come through, but it's not shiny at all. It doesn't stay as shiny as my other foundation, so I'm liking how it stays matte on my face, but then it does have that little cakiness around my nose area right here, and it does wear off a little because I do have allergies, so I constantly just itching my nose or I'm just blowing my nose. For the 6 hours mark, I think this foundation is staying pretty nice with my oil situation. And on this foundation, it does give you a very matte finish and it still stays very comfortable on the face. I would say on my chin area, some of the foundation, it wears off. I don't know, is it because when I was sleeping I was itching it or what did I do? But then also around my mouth area, I can tell that the foundation is already off because I was wiping my mouth after I had a huge lunch. So that is something that you might be aware of, not rubbing your foundation with your hands. I'll check back with you guys on my final check-in and see how this foundation wear on my face. Okay guys, I'm back for the final check-in and now the time is 10:09. So it has been 9 hours since I first put on this makeup on, and this foundation is holding up pretty nice on my face. So now that I have a little bit more oil come through, you can tell that within another 2 or 3 hours I see there's a shine coming through, but it's not crazy. You can tell that it's oil. And this foundation, from far away, I'm liking it because on the oil control it did stay my face very matte and it holds up pretty nice. But then I have to say, I'm just looking at it closely, around my nose area, like where this area, it kind of crease. It kind of look cakey and crease, and some of the foundation it has already rubbed off on my nose area because I do have allergy. In general, this foundation does hold up on my face pretty nice on the oil control side, but the finish of it, I'm not like crazy about it because it does give you like a very natural finish. It does give you a matte finish, but then it does look a little bit cakey on my chin area and around my nose area. That are those areas that I don't like on this foundation. I'm gonna zoom you guys in to see how it looks like on my chin area and around my nose so that you know what I'm talking about. So I'll say I might pass this foundation because I do have something else that is staying pretty nice on my face. And for the price, I feel like there's something that in drugstore might work better on my face. And for the 16 hours wear claim on this foundation, I feel like it does rub off very easily on my oily skin. I don't know, is it because my oil mixing with the foundation, it makes it easy to rub off, or it's just it doesn't set on my face nicely. So that is something that I might be concerning, and I don't know, is that something that it happens to anyone else who has oily skin. I do have to give a big thumbs up on the oil control part because with that 9 hours mark, usually with another foundation that I have, my oil already come through on my face, it looking shiny, but this I don't have to blot on the whole day. So this is something that you might have to think in yourself. Also, I want to point out the texture on this foundation is very different from what I used to because it's a very moussey kind of texture. So when you're using a beauty blender to blend your foundation, you have to work it very quickly. I can tell that right off the bat when I apply this foundation, it does dry very fast, so you have to work it quickly on this foundation. After 9 hours mark, I feel like this foundation, it does look a little bit cakey on my face, like around my smile line and this on my chin area, it's looking a little bit cakey, and also it has a little bit of stickiness, just a tiny little on the chin area, but then it doesn't bother me and the oil doesn't just go crazy on my face within that 9 hours. One thing I want to point out on this foundation is that the foundation, it does stay true on the color. It doesn't oxidize or it doesn't change darker on my face after I apply and settle on my face. This is something that it might be helpful for you to picking out on this foundation. So now it's the second day of trying this foundation and I want to really try this foundation to see if I like it. So I already exfoliated my face and also I did a sheet mask last night and I did some extraction, everything, so my skin was smooth and perfect. Do not have any texture on my chin area or so. So this is how the foundation looks like on my face with the Bobbi Brown foundation. And it does the same thing as I tried out the day I filmed the video on the review. And this, on the far looking, I feel like this foundation, it looks nice. It doesn't really have the oil come through. I would say now that it has been 6 hours since I wore this foundation, and I give you guys a little close up. My nose area, which I have allergy because I do blow my nose, and it's already off. The foundation is off. You see the redness, definitely you can tell that. And the one thing that I really disappointed on this foundation is the chin area. And I feel like this foundation is really easy to just touch it and it will come out on your finger because it doesn't settle as super matte or it doesn't settle as smooth on the face. Really liking how this foundation controls the oil come through, because 6 hours more I haven't blocked my face and my oil situation is still looking great. So now I'm ready to sign off and take a shower and ready to go to bed. And I hope this foundation review does help you on picking on this foundation. And if you guys like this video, please give me a thumbs up and also don't forget to subscribe down below because I do have another foundation review coming up very soon. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!